So though the lady may be going into it very happy that yes, I'm entering into this honorable institution, she may at the same time also be thinking, man, what did I just get myself into? Am I going to be one of the lucky ones, or am I going to be one of the headline ones? Am I going to be part of the statistics that divorce in the first 90 days, divorce in the first 1 year? Am I going to be one of those that I have to hide my phone, or he has to hide his phone? So all of that may be going through the mind. Was the ex-boyfriend present, whom maybe Bibi Ekoso or Babeka, do anybody have anything to say? Will the ex-boyfriend get up or not? Right? So there could be a whole lot of things going through her mind. Then the obvious one, yes, I have reached. But outside that, there could be other reasons why one will also tear up, though it may be a happy moment.
So, Doc, do you say that, for example, now the legal side of does anybody have anything to say? The few things I've learned, this is what the law says. The law says that you have a declaration of 21 days. And after that, nobody has the right to put an injunction on the marriage. So 21 days declaration in the public space, in your cloud of witnesses, in the community you live in, what we call the publishing of the banns. So before your marriage is registered and given the license to go ahead, you do the publish. They publish everything. So the church has announced 3 times. The community has announced it. So it is believed that on the day of your marriage, legally nobody has rights to bring anything calling names or whatever to stop the marriage. If you study the law carefully, the pastor standing should not ask, does anybody have anything to say? It's an illegal conjunction we have added to the marriage book. As a matter of fact, the church has no marriage. Because what we do is by virtue of the power through gazettation by the state. So the certificate we offer is a state certificate. So what a judge is doing in court is the same thing we are doing in church.
Correct.
So where we ask, does anybody have anything to say? I think psychologically, we are just painting a dark picture in the minds and the hearts of people.
Counselor,
I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah, I also think it's very wrong, though it doesn't typically happen, but there may be a day I will be crying, sorry, Johnson, and it coincides with that question. And then you give somebody hypothetical.
It happened. Lighthouse Chapel. Me and Lighthouse Chapel, Kolegono.
Okay.
Pastor name can't be an assistant, sorry. Then the pastor was quiet. Then the ushers were stopping the lady. Then she started shouting, Minister. You see me more. It was so much not teaching a beer. Actually, I was at a wedding, but you see, it coincided with the pastor's request. And she doesn't know where the urinal is.
Right.
So when she got up, she was walking towards the bandsman area to go through that door. People thought she was going to tell the pastor she had something to say. And the reason was because the Lighthouse Chapel, the Kolegono branch, has constantly experienced a banter.
Oh,
I was at a wedding where we had to use tear gas.
Because is the problem
to the pastor's office?
Is the problem you being at the wedding that creates the incident? And now I say it's a coincidence that it happens when you are there.
No, it's a coincidence because what happens? You are here to worry me. What happens? I was invited to the wedding. Okay. And some few times, then there was this oven car that came to pass. So oven car never pack here, no. I was standing outside making a photo, and I heard emergency. It means Omasha here.
Omasha said they started. Yeah.
Some few minutes time, when the pastor was about to, the lady came inside. So like, you better start here, you know. My brother, come and see these people. Pepper, grounded pepper with water.
Oh, wow.
It can be a for 10. A back pay you cocoa. Oh my God. But the people, their security are very strong, eh? So they had tear gas in Lighthouse Chapel, Collegono Place.
Oh, wow.
They pumped the tear gas, carried the girl, went down to the pastor's office, whisked them and locked the place. Charlie, this thing I'm talking about, eh?
No, Counselor, why would the church have tear gas and all of that ready at sight? Does it also mean that they have past experiences or they were preparing for the worst just should it happen?
Okay, so the Lighthouse Chapel, the Collegono branch, constantly had a particular riff with the people. They like attacking the church when they're having service. So that what Mills built tight security. But that particular incident of people coming to destroy marriages, there's a record that happens there constantly that I am aware. And everybody watching me live in Ghana, you know. So because you see, he built a toilet for the people, and the people refused to go to the toilet because they said they can't come and break their place and build flashing toilet. They were using the old type toilet. And that he was broke it down and made it 448. And people said they will never use it because they sold that land to him. They were playing football there and they sold it for him to build a church. So they had this, with him. When you are there, then they would rather go to toilet and throw it in a rubber bag into the toilet facility. So as for Collegono and Dakiwad Mills, there was constant fight. So as for security,
okay, it's good for us to have that premise so that people don't have the perception that,
but I went to a wedding of one of our people. The security was so tight with armed policemen.
When you say one of your people, do you mean one of the media men?
Yeah, the media men, the celebrities.
That one I can understand why.
So the police, soldier presence and police presence. And the unfortunate thing was that they declared the bans after 6 p.m., which under the law is invalid. So you see, there are a lot of things that will make people cry. Like I brought this in because of what you said, that she might be afraid. Who can raise their hand and say, "Girl, no, only my girlfriend." But under the law, whoever says anything there can be sued for obstruction of justice. And there are so many articles you can use to sue them. But usually when it happens that way, do you know what we do? We rather go and beg them. So I get your view of what could be the reason why she might be crying. Well, so I saw it and it was weird to me. But today too, I saw another thing about a young man who had a dream that her girlfriend, is it girlfriend or fiancé? We need to know my friend.
Fiancé.
Fiancé, son my friend. Girl be already kakra. He had a dream that a certain guy was having sex with them. And according to the story, when he woke up in the morning, he went to look for the guy and murdered the guy through dream.
No, he murdered the guy physically because of a dream he had. Physically, right.
So Mintias here. So I'm asking myself, this psychological thing. Yes, in Crawford baby or what more adjumu yadi. Bema, no crow.
No.
A man kills a friend he saw dating fiancés in a dream. So he saw a man kills friend. He saw dating fiancé in a dream. They say, "Oda hona asun da say, mene oyere, ana oge ele twempna. Ade chin no be wo mitu okume."
Right.
What do you think could be?
Okay, so a couple of things. Unse ye can be said you were in this war and ye decode.
Yeah, they got that. Oh, okay.
So first thing, it could be that he's had this suspicion for some time now,
Thank you.
and then
Uh-huh.
with time, okay, my suspicion is now materialized in my dream. So if it's now progressing from just a suspicion to a dream, then it's very likely to happen in action. Oh, now you say, Kokroman Ferris Besu, no, also Ferris or the Asawa better. So, and if it's now progressing from just a mere suspicion to a dream, then it's most likely to become physical. And one, let's stop the physical. And we back it could be that this person has psychosis. And based on his psychosis,
Psychosis.
so
What
this
is psychosis so much? Because Funny Face is watching.
oh okay, man who said Regina so okay.
Regina, you can join the link and come up.
I realize Costa is trying to put me into trouble, so I have to quickly swerve the trouble. But either way.
You're afraid of Funny Face, or shall I?
Oh no, Counselor is one person I know very well and understand very well. Ye kasebia na. I mean, line I say be too where. Don't worry.
Don't be careful when you are with me. Be free. Oh, then I hear.
Counselor, I'm more than free because I know you very well. Okay, so I was making a point of psychosis, right? So psychosis, a mental health condition for which it could have some they could have some symptoms. Symptoms they might be hearing voices, they might be seeing things, they might be having delusions, which hallucinations, which is the seeing, hearing, or feeling something on their skin, right? That is the tactile. Visual is the seeing, and then auditory is the hearing. Either form of hallucination. They could also be having delusions, a fixed false belief. So with that delusion, then it could be that they are delusional about that friend of his, dating the fiance, right? So that delusion could be there. They could also have paranoia, a fixed false belief about himself or the friend or the fiance, right? So it could be something to do with a psychosis that he's having, or and also say a schizophrenic attack that he's having. It could also be that mere perception. I agree because nadamfo no any girl no entemuye. They have a good relationship, right? Which is nothing but just a mere friendship relationship, right? So it could be that, it could be psychotic, it could just be mere the fact to still say he hates the gut of that person, but just use this also as an excuse to kill him, right? So it could be either way. At this point, we don't have much information to determine exactly what, but it's very possible that psychosis could be part of the reasons why he would do that.
Well, Piquet, are you ready to talk?
Yes.
Okay, so we're saying that somebody had a dream.
Yeah,
but somebody was dating them. You got up and want to kill the person. What do you think would person this?
So again, feel so I'm not gonna look at the mental side of it for now. He can handle that part, But in this case, I can't think of anything but pure criminal intent and obia or per se, like in his own way, wants to already carry out an action. That question that I don't know. In my opinion, in my little background, in investigative background, I don't think there was any dream. That's just something that he's saying just to make the law, look at him in a mental health way. Because I was hearing voices. So if you before the catcher me said me, and I said so for being a catcher, and I said there's a spiritual that okay automatic, we get a spiritual, the next thing he becomes on and again, I'm not ruling that out. But what he did, in my opinion, is something that is pure criminal intent, and that it was more of deliberate. As I said, like the part that I totally agree with Phil to say. He totally hates his guts. And now, no, it's like whatever I can do just to get rid of you, I will do it. Because if somebody has something going on with somebody that you intimate with in a dream now, why should that bother you in the material world? Why should that be the case? If that is the case, that there's something that's not adding up right, then that could just be a stepping stone for you to do what you're doing. So, with that being said, I just feel like say he always wanted to do that, and that was a grounds. What for the chance to just so but you trying I just know I say you'll be come for life. At least it will be something. Be 20 years. Be and I say be. Maybe he probably didn't even think say it's gonna get to that point. You bet you the point. For all you don't care now. How many people have done this? I ain't sure yet. But Omoya Chomuna Debia, that's what I always say. So Ube Dibi Bonnie, that's a mature up my Chwami because I chop an apartment and go Dibi Bonnie and Kenyamia. At the end of the day, I will not be there for you to apologize to. So anybody your bed tries to be cool and obey you be Bonnie, be none no. For you to apologize, it just means that you be caught into the apologizing and try to be all remorseful to get away from the punishment or the consequence that comes with the crime now who committed them. Not necessarily say you are very remorseful.
Well, thank you. You see, so Phil and PK, your royal freshness. Now, my topic we are discussing today is privacy and secrecy in relationship. Because most of us have found ourselves in places where we believe that everything must be told in relationship. And this word relationship I'm using, I'm bringing pastors, I'm bringing psychologists, I'm bringing lawyers, I'm bringing fetish priests, I am bringing people in platonic relationship, in office relationship, prayer partners in churches. So the relationship is not just about marriage, but I'm broadening the conversation to where we have something that keeps us as a relationship. And so we have some particular bonding as a result of a private conversation we've had, something I have shared with you. So I was here and I saw a post that, I do trending issues most before I go into my topic. So I keep saying I saw, so that my source will be known that it's in public. Doc, what's the name of the guy? Michael Essien.
Mm-hmm.
You know him?
The soccer player, the football player.
I was there, the soccer player.
Yeah, former Chelsea star. No?
There's a video, good. So there's a video. And it's not just a video. Vibes in 5 went to do an interview of a certain man who has a reason to tell us why Michael Essien is no more who he is again. Because he has stopped Michael Essien from becoming what he's supposed to be. Now, that's that thing. I don't know how you also see it though. But regularly, the oath of secrecy and privacy that we've been looking forward to. I ask myself, if you go to a pastor or a fetish priest or any of the above with an issue and they end up coming publicly to say that say, Doc, I don't know if it's also countermand to relationship privacy. You're discussing. Because I'm broadening my conversation not only on relationship.
Not only on marriage.
Because this Nana, not only on marriage, sorry, but other relationship with priests. Because there's something, I don't know, yesterday I did something, I don't know if you watch it. There's a Roman father that his case is up in Ghana. And that the Vatican have said that since 1950, they have more than 250,000 cases of Roman fathers having relationships, especially they call it abuse, with children in France. And as for me, my practice, on the oath of secrecy and privacy, I have too many stories. I have a story of a plumber who went to one of the Roman fathers' residents in Takrady and brought a video from Takrady to Accra to blackmail the Roman father because he found condoms blocking the sewage. Now, I'm bringing these things to bear that Michaelesian's story is there, that he promised me a house and failed to deliver. That is what the spiritualist is saying. So I brought Michaelesian down and I watched the whole video interview. He mentioned so many people. Now my question is, on the oath of secrecy and privacy, is this thing right?
Is this thing right? No, it's not. Anytime obi no beka sembia no, or catch a wason, on kanche wano. And you know, if you want it to come out of your mouth, you have to seek the permission of that person. And it's no be say obia or to me be tied ne kasa echi. And I'm trying to say it's not somebody that goes about talking loosely. If you ask them a question and they even want to refer to what somebody said, and as I said, a conversation they've had with someone, and I also said sometimes it's even a good thing, obi buano. But then Obeka say me imbusa the permission and to me nkawa ha say, right? They can talk about the story, but we'll leave.
I get where I'm coming from. Like, for example, that I'm in need and you were the one who supported me.
Exactly.
So somebody else is coming to Cincinnati. I want to go to downtown. Then I refer the person to come and see you. I need to seek permission from you before I tell the person.
Exactly. Before
so we are doing a joint call. You are just there. Then Aisha Modi will just connect you and add a third party.
Right.
And she's expecting that you should know that
it's okay.
PK will line. So
right. And yeah, okay, sir.
It's something like that.
It's not ethical. And that's what I say. Your father said, counselor Abuabe pay, right? And I even during this program, I try to refer to a more counselor than Buame to let people know, say, okay, counselor is of this worth, right? Even with that, if I don't have the permission of counselor, I should not mention his name. I can say a counselor, and I say somebody help me with X, Y, and Z because it's related to the topic that we're discussing. But I should not mention counselor's name because I do not have his permission. We might know counselor for something, but this hope that he gave me, may not be what he's known for. Therefore, he may not want people to know him for that. So even with that, I still have to seek the permission of counselor. Say, on this note, make me use to, and I say, make my body. And then he will say, yes, hey, okay, before I can even say it. It's the American consider say, and yet, Tebiakra put the so bo bidding as a negative connotation, and also seeking permission. No. Even if it's in a positive connotation, you still have, it's out of respect that you seek the permission of the person or the consent of the person before you do it. You just don't do it. What do I say? I don't hear back. They are also me, anything they are so you no ya back on. And to say, yes, we hear more, but we have to talk less. AI say in Kasadodo, and in some cases, it's just for the fame or for whatever reason. In such a case, right? And I would say, in any case, to answer your question directly, no. So because some chewa, and yes, I would got some baby they didn't come more, and I saw the acasem. But Mamenka in context with Asian Diano. This is someone that wabobo na from PSG. I was starting PSG Lyon. If I'm not correct with the teams now, Monfa Cheme, but I know so about Lyon. I know ball.
Chelsea pen a minim.
Oh, there will feel Leon. I'm so feel Leon about Chelsea. So I'm not sure about PSG. I may be wrong.
Footballer.
Oh.
On one who did his mankind teams, but
Okay. I know about Chelsea. Or by Chelsea, no. Or by the days of what? Makelele. A boy, Lampard heydays. A boy, a winner, a boy, John Terry Mo, a boy, Chelsea, a bit of Betonoko. Obi Mikel Munina Beton. And you know, he's had his.
Real Madrid.
Oh, yes, that's right. I'm so features in Madrid also. Yes. I could Madrid in Oh, class prefect, so yeah. Anything I know a prefect and no being a prefect and no be a blackboard in the no so yeah. And you know why like he's performed at his heydays in an area. Since he's a player coach currently, right? And then build a car AC in Yan San who says AC or Bob Blaster so. What was it? And then build as a footballer, what else? What the neighbor firm said they were Kwaji World Cup or no World Cup. The whole Ghana team did not even do semi-finals. And you know, one of the Asian bar firm in what way? May Kakako say assembly so say sometimes you know people in authority, religious authorities use fear, right? At the shank also to get control over them. Do you get my point? And you know, in this point, in this case, you know, this man is using the fearmonger thing. And why may you say what that I made to my you say? And in that case, you know, so before for a corner one man. And in this case, so before for a corner one man, then they're going with that fear in them, say, hey, so because my money down or the member from Nadino, they were in Pokwasi and I say, I'm
so let me ask you, could it be that he's using this medium because when you watch the thing, he said Adebayo, Adebayo's spiritual father was his spiritual father as a priest, and he died at age 150, and handed over Adebayo to him. That when he passes on, he should take over Adebayo. So it was Adebayo who brought Michael Essien. And there are more than 50 footballers who he's managing to survive. And he has more than 300 pastors that he's managing and have their names signed with their pictures. So he can bring you down. So could it be that he's also advertising for us to believe that all the things we see about the footballers, he doesn't play football, he controls the game.
That is other people to him. That is the belief he wants us to believe. And he wants us to also believe that he's that powerful that he's able to make all these people powerful. Right? And then I'm going to say something, but to be Becca said, to say first, but who's a new Lotto advert be? Why is the Lotto doctor not rich? Just because he's a good Samaritan. Right? Okay, yes. At this point, you've made Bayo so rich. You've made Asian so rich. By your cars, a Sihonoma, Unia in garage. Me pamucho, minim de. Papa, all interview, no, or the Maserati, Nakoya, and I say, or the Bugatti, and I say, Uber. And I.
You're calling fee and putting a interview.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Now, me share dinsuyono. Dinsini share camera mu and share mirror mu.
And it's the said, now same for the no. I said, my remix. I saw my remix again. It's very different.
Obama will bought you Nasa. Obama will bought you a summer team of or share.
Oh, Massa. You couldn't hear those days when I doesn't face me. Actually, so my between you know about what you say is the conference because
now go buy a mananado first.
And also,
His Excellency the President.
So I was making a point to say, now this is my thing. Okay. I want a day where some of these names will be mentioned and they will take these people on. Oh,
he said Michael Essien came to plead with him, but he refused because he gave him a period to redeem himself by getting him a house in Accra.
Accra,
So
me
he
say
told him,
fine.
I will not reverse it.
Accra fine. East Legon. East
Usually, no
Legon
go
Hills.
post on Beji down or Beji East Legon.
Chado anase.
The Beji East Legon Hills.
Into obey
One
that's my
can one
neighbor.
can there.
Into obey that's my neighbor.
I think that is what he wants to become.
Okay. Counselor, catch us our neighborhood one as I see me the one uncle your phone on from BCB. But to the point, you know.
That's it. but what can me do more? But feel good. Let's also go to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Why will you go to a man and promise him?
There's no proof to that.
To redeem your promise.
No, there's no proof to that. So now we can't conclude that he actually went. It could be a made-up story.
But has ASN not? Why hasn't he reacted?
Sometimes silence is a language you have to learn to understand.
But what did I tell you about that statement that it has to be interrogated?
Yes, you've always said they say anytime your story comes public, defend it if it's not true, or let the light be known. But somebody also chooses to go with the side they say silence is a language, learn to understand. And you know, they'll rather not speak because when you get to a certain point and you start to chase after everything that is said about you, you lose focus of where you're going.
Well,
and also,
that's also
because now with everything that is said about you, it's not all of it that you chase it around because you lose the energy to do what you have to do. Now you're going to spend all your energy fighting and chasing these things. But I think it's when it's of this value, right? And I put value on it because it's on the net, it's traveling globally and all that. At that point, you know, if it is not true, you have to come out. And not just come out and say it's not true, but take the person on. Issues of spirituality is not dealt in the court, but issue of libel, issue of defamation, issue of all of that, you know, is dealt in the court. And if I don't go to na ebia na nyanko ade ka no what's it?
Usubampa is in court.
Exactly. And to know the go to court on na say usu no wi a sebio na nneoma na egugu na bo ho ne ade no obetumi atonton na ni de ode aba betu oka na te say de sie edu ketia ye no what the years of edifice bi a no twerɛ nim kwase bi nti ohun
Well, I get you feel good. Your royal freshness. What's your take on this? We're talking about secrecy with shrines, faith-based religion, and this thing.
Counselor, I'm a firm believer. Adibia ewo hobia na ewo din. I mean, Adibia ewo din bia ewo hodom. And you know, this, in my opinion, never happened. So I wouldn't even worry about the secrecy in this category. Now, being speaking in general with other spiritual leaders, you know, to support what they do, you know. Honestly, I don't think there's any secrecy in that because on the crop so could didn't want dance here. Now I'm out for everybody home. So okay. Now I come for no moon see signboard. So when you go through them, and all court not say a boa, then your friends will see how good you're doing. Then you tell them your source of plug, and they go straight to the source, and also go seek help from that place. So that means there's no secret. The only secret that would be in the sense, oh yeah, mom, and I can't maybe yeah, no. You can't tell other people say if you have a jam on the woo, yeah, no. We did the koye say I'm the koye sir. But after some about 100 years. After some about 100 years.
PK, real quick. What's it? Yeah, so that you showed them your plug. And yeah, PK, okay, say be say when you get to certain level, don't show the person where you get your bread. If not, they will do what?
They will kill the bakery and burn the bakery.
Okay. So also
yeah, but that is the power of your friend say the secret of your power. But I'm just saying, sir, I come from the side of the law, right? I come from the side of the law. It's different. They actually want you to be the signboard. Omufi, They didn't have a signboard. Until children they started throwing out signboards. A children have them say, screw the signboards. We're gonna go on TV ourselves. And nobody was saying, oh yeah, you be TV. I don't know maybe they say financial for you because it's a crap no. Suit to share that.
With the agree that's okay.
Oh, no. Oh, it's now going to my point, in as much as said, most of what has transpired, is true, and are true, conform with, paracetamol chronibi.
Hey, careful.
Multivite chronibi. Multivite chronibi. I'm telling you for a fact.
Obe sending you about WhatsApp. Obe sending you about WhatsApp, diaba.
Only be. Unya say me talk from na me wusi here me time na so. Enyo comforted there. I'm finding what I'm so. So back to what I was saying.
So therefore, sana motie.
I am say ACN is not coming out to speak. And again, it could be on the basis say Phil Eka said, well, sometimes when you decide to pay attention to these distractions now, you lose focus of where you go with it. That could be another way. Maybe you'll be on some to yeah. And two things that say, I would try to rebut to say everybody the truth. It's only one or two circumstances beyond them. I just let it go and hope say, things will just take care of itself. But 9 out of 10, I will try to fight it to let everybody know. True. 9 out of 10, I probably say anything. And 1 out of 10, and you're true, I'll just be like, you know what, make I share about it too, because at the end of the day, I think it's more of magnitude now than I don't know. I know who is carrying the news, the messenger, and also the audience. And then it will make me maybe try to, come and explain myself. But most of the times, like Phil said, I believe in the courts. I'm a firm believer in the courts. I believe the laws in Ghana.
So if you're a friend of Michael Essien, what will you tell Michael?
I'll go straight to court. I'll drag you to court in a heartbeat.
But what is he going to take to court?
Defamation.
What is he going to take to court? Anything alleged, any allegations, must be proven. And if you can't prove allegations, now let's learn something over here. He's not a whistleblower, right?
I'm saying PK no you see never on internet. Never naje.
Anti waje na there. Oh, Kafra. Your freshness pa. Well, viewers, this is a very important thing because our discussion is being broadened on the oath of secrecy and privacy. That, like PK was saying, formally you go to a shrine, what they do for you is what tell people you came to them. But now they come to tell people what they have done for you, even when you refuse to speak. But this Michael Essien thing, one way or the other, is bringing us to believe that there are a lot of people who are doing things that we admire that it's not the natural thing. Like Councillor Lutot has a lot of followers. Every time he's trending, does it mean he's not been there? For good. Another thing I saw, but I believe that Michael Essien must come and speak. Because you see, usually when you are quiet about these things, your international reputation is getting to zero. Because this man has spoken for more than 45 minutes, mentioned many names, and made it clear that he has helped Michael Essien. Even if their career came to an end, that Michael doesn't want to play again, was there any invitation of that nature? Because he mentioned Adebayo. He has mentioned a lot of people. And that is my fear. And he said there are 50 more footballers and many pastors that he's controlling. You see, these things, one interview, too many things. I'm looking at the oath of secrecy. As we are speaking, I feel good. There's a young girl who has granted interview to TV3 that there's a parish priest in Dansoman Sea of the Star Catholic Church that has made advances and requested to have a baby with her. And another person is pregnant for him and whatever. And they are trying to investigate. And I asked myself, what is the impulse? What is the relevance of this particular religious thing that he has raped me? Feel good. I was in Kumasi when a young lady called my line with crying and shouting. Obedi me. I mean, that's how it. And I'm saying, why? Then he mentioned the name of the priest. Osmi Beshan hotel, Hayam Bompaye, Council Obedi me. I'm saying, Pierre Coy, Waloki Dino. It's my best Finmo. Me and the Obi and Tio. He mentioned the name of the man of God to me. And I'm saying, Bomodin, men PF toilet. Found some window, nana be because it's a busy. Me yes, and the line a cat here. So in the same day, around 10, my flight will leave at 12. So I was leaving to the hotel to Kumasi Airport. Phil, I'm telling you this true before man and God. When I got to the airport, the man of God was also returning to Accra from Kumasi.
So it justified the call that you received.
It was a lie because the man of God was in Kumasi. And the
girl was
the man.
So the girl said she was where? In Accra?
She was in Accra with the man of God. He mentioned the name.
Okay. I thought, okay, you were in Kumasi, but they were now. Okay, all right.
So I met the man of God in Kumasi.
Okay.
What be program or Sunday?
Accra. Okay, all right.
But girl, no mention it didn't so bedino. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Oh yes, I understand.
Accra.
Yes.
Also for Bakuko there 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Sapa life was a Jesus branch, one of them. 10 years imprisonment. Because the daughter said the father slept with her and wiped with a white handkerchief after sex. 10 years down the line, before the girl said, the mother told her to say that lie so that she can leave the father's house to come and live with. Now, I'm saying these things that there are most of times, that if you go and report the parish priest have had sex with you, he has a child with you, and blah, 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 blah. What are we expecting to have? Like the plumber I spoke about. He brought a video to us that he went to the parish priest's residence and the thing is choked because of condom. And he has videoed it and sent the video to the priest that he should meet him for him to have a discussion. Otherwise, he will send it to the diocese in Accra. Too many things. I have somebody who brought me the cassock of a Roman father who had sex with her and has come to report with it. You see, I'm saying these things not to condone to evil, but where do privacy and secrecy comes in? Because it's becoming too much in our relationship. Doug, this morning, I don't know where this story came from. A husband reports wife for reportedly stealing from her former employer. How? Doug, I don't understand.
So what's that?
Anything genuineness or what?
No, I think it's said with that, there is there is a law which talks about oh man, I'm trying to remember exactly what it says, but it has to do with the fact it said so there are certain things that we taught
That's possible.
when you tell them
law of oath of secrecy.
Exactly. So when you tell them certain things, they cannot use that against you, right? It's just like
he has gone to report and the lady has been arrested.
So that is one thing that they can use to fight the arrest. Okay. And the other thing is, is it possible so say enyanokre?
Unu kunu te. And now catch us as I have a story more than 4.
No,
People,
Councillor,
you know the
Metias,
job we do.
yes, Metias here.
A lady really stole money from their office.
Councillor, let me also tell you
Was the
something.
accountant and bought a land.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine that when the two of them start having crisis in a relationship,
Uh-huh.
the husband went to report to the former? This is direct story, my story.
I understand.
Said my
Well,
wife
in that case,
Counselor,
what
can
is
I
true?
come in? Can I come in real quick? Can I come in real quick? What we have to understand is the spousal law in the world. Whenever you guys are still married together, Nasa Ubekan,
Yes.
I know it doesn't fall under the spousal law. It's when you guys are no more. Whatever happened, whatever, some me an robber, and I'm catching some me an robber. When we did one count, some now go report me to the court, and I said to any police, Nasa your China and to go report, I don't know, it doesn't count. But some catcher said, but come here, STC Basi. Nasa, what you say, no, you can do a criminal act, and the law must deal with him now. And no court report, as spousal law doesn't fall into it. What I say. So what you are saying, no. To me, no. There's no secrecy when a Roman father rape an ordinary person. Where's the secret? There's no secrecy.
No rape.
There's no secrecy.
Rape is a crime. No, Piguet. Let's correct this.
Now Roman
When
father
there's a
can also
disturbance,
lead in the fact no. What was the act? Was it rape or a
the
consensual?
two of them had consensual sexual intercourse. But he wanted to prove to me so nada. That's all.
That's it. I know the say Jimmy.
Who need Jimmy? But wait. Now plumber now what's this condom now? Or they say Roman father fears so condoms in kwa water crowd in this way. And so
I don't know you're unprofessional. I don't know you're unprofessional. That's not part of your job. Your job is not to go report that. Or don't know myself. That's not your place. It is
okay.
That's
what that will cause the man to be removed.
Councillor,
disgrace.
Councillor,
Yes.
what about if the father is using his place as a safe haven for some young people to be able to have a relationship safely? It's a bit about saying you priest, and they use condoms, And also, what I'm trying to make a point. I don't know if you follow
and I
me.
also have a priest. I have stories of priests who masturbate with condoms. Because masturbating with condoms.
Okay, so Councillor, the point I'm trying to establish is with this day and age we live in right now, there's a quick attempt to fabricate a story or tell someone's story to let them look bad.
That's right.
There's that quick attempt.
That's right.
And you know, and no many be me a bar, I am a because we've heard
it's because the media has made it possible.
Exactly. And no one
because I'm famous.
That is very true. But that becomes a reward for which they do it. And because of that reward system, fabrication of stories, and somebody picks something which is close to the truth. Now, no, I present it. So now, if you are to challenge me, I can show you a photo where I met with this person. What am I saying? But as where we actually met, photo can come.
I get you because Figu, you know something that happened. There's a lady who told somebody, said, me every Friday, my girlfriend be me Pt1 Howard than someone. Only me pa car me drive. Nobody be saying, oh yeah, sure. Or say, made in the picture, in a picture. So she's shown a picture of the two of us. I oba event be a say. And I no crowd me a picture. But me am get be an pay me yet. I'm in the saloon.
Eh, same pintia.
Me the minyaman dia minim say SMP. As a man 3 months wo ha. Meja me koto Ghana me bre. Nyame nko a me nya soja ni so. But the me kire ne say there are times that what you are saying is true fabrication. But here is a husband and a wife Where do we draw the line between privacy and secrecy? Feel good.
Okay.
A friend of mine just went to Ghana, and today he told me, say, Opeso divorcing. Those on Facebook, you remember I shared a story with you. And you're back US for 12 days. All but there was a package to rent a hotel. What program over here for 6 days. And the wife catch and say, oh, be do how bet my got 100 save their money. Though he came to live with the people. And no man in basement tonight. It was fun. But Odu Ghana no. The wife see what be good anymore say. And I say then the wife sent videos of the house I bet tonight, you know. Or baby or any form of come and in be share any dem be tissue or the be part the mama never clear what the demo. Like everything he did in the house, including used condoms, was posted to the wife by the wife's friend on in the betna. I don't pay your catch him say on to me handle and you so jawa there. My question is, if this is what has happened because you told the truth, which is your truth, as a result of protecting your friend's husband or their marriage, what have you achieved? Because the guy says on to me.
And that was part of the point I was trying to make earlier. No? In our attempt to quickly put someone in trouble, I always ask the question, say, what is your motive? Now, I understand very well
the marriage.
To do or save the marriage.
It's protecting, I'm kind of see you're protecting a down for now. Sana be also ni kunu fi US called Ghana. Na down for be protecting the kunamano.
That is very shallow-mindedness. But I'm making a point about the fact to say ye pentem essay obino. Right? Now, with where the society is leading, it's part of why I see having a friend is even difficult. Left alone a good friend.
Wow.
Nakoba a trusted friend. Because, Counselor, we've had too many incidents and stories where Obinimi Kasa said 10 years ago, right? After the Obabe died, me paucho 10 years ago.
Between Canada, Japan, and A+. Okay, so much some see, you know. And A+, any Kofi Adoma.